this video, I will show you how to install Jenkins in through Terraform. I mean, like it's kind of automated. I mean, like you will not to create a EC2 instance, then go log in, then issue the commands one by one to install Jenkins. Okay, I mean, once you run the script, you will be able to launch the Jenkins. Alright, so I've already coded the Terraform scripting. Alright, so I'll explain you the code right now. So if you see, as usual, the provider is AWS. So I have declared the variables like variable.region. I'll show the variable values later, and I am creating a resource. Alright, I mean, like I am creating a security group, okay, and I am naming it as EC2 public EC2 public security group to refer this particular resource within this Terraform block, okay, I mean within this Terraform code. And the name I'm assigning it as EC2 public SG, and description if you want, and VPC ID I have given the my default VPC ID. I have not created any VPC ID within this code. I mean, that is not required for the agenda of this topic. So I have just given the default VPC ID. If you want dedicated VPC ID also, you can create it, but make sure you tag the security group to that VPC ID. Okay, now if you see the ingress port, I have allowed port 8080 from the ingress. I have allowed port 8080 from the ingress, okay, and for CIDR blocks I have given 0, and so that like everyone can but this settings, like everyone will be able to access the port 8080, but I recommend you to give your own IP, machine IP, okay. If you can Google and get your machine IP, and you can give the mask value also. That will be better. So for demo purpose, I have used this CIDR blocks, and moreover I'll be deleting this instance as soon as the demo is completed. Okay, so and I am allowing also port 22. Okay, this is for SSH connection, and same CIDR blocks I have used 0, and outgoing egress. Alright, so I have given access to all the ports, and the CIDR block is also 0. Alright, so with respect to this instance, so I am creating a resource AWS instance, and I have named it as Jenkins EC2 to refer within this particular Terraform code. And the so if you see the instance type, the value of the instance type I will show you, and the email ID also will be showing you. And key name, I already have a key with me called Jack's Tech Video Demo. So I have downloaded the key for it, so I am using that key name. And in your case, you have to create a new key name which belongs to your console, and like you can put out the name here, okay. And this can be also considered as a variable if you know the Terraform coding, and you can even declare a variable and call the value, okay. So I have not given it, it's okay. So security group, so I have given the security group name which needs to be assigned to this particular AWS resource, that is the instance in this case, okay. And okay, if you see AWS security group, so how we have given AWS underscore security underscore group, so there is a resource syntax, so I have taken it from here, okay. So dot this name and dot whatever you want to refer. So in this case I need the security group name, so I have given it as name. So for any doubts, you can obviously look at the Terraform website for any other syntaxes, okay. So so now this particular resource will be assigned with this security group, that is agenda. And like for Jenkins, obviously we'll need port 8080, and to log in we need port 22. So that is why I created a specific security group and assigned those ports, and I'm attaching those security group here in this block, okay. So this is the main part, like where the installation happens, right? So user data is a part like where when you launch an AWS instance, so whatever you want to launch along with the instance, you will be putting it in the user data. Generally, if you see in the console, you can see the user data. So Okay, the instance is already terminated. Let me see with this instance. One second. If you see this with this instance settings, we use the data. So it will be like this, right? So when you launch an instance, you will have this option. So you'll give the user data and click next. It will be launched. But like in Terraform, forward for Terraform, or we can give this in automated way, so that like you need not to go and do the manual commands once the instance is launched. Okay, it is not necessary. I have given here it as an inline command. It is not necessary to do this way. You can also create a file in this wherever you have the Terraform module, and you can call that file from this user data section. Okay, so but like I just wanted, for me this is for the demo purpose, this is going to be okay. Maybe in case of production, so you will not be using the user data like this way, so you have to obviously put in the user data file. Okay, so if you see the commands, I am just updating the Ubuntu as it is launched, and I'm installing the Java. Okay, OpenJDK 1.8. So this is the command to install Java. If you do not know what is the command or needs more details on how to install Java, when you launch an Ubuntu instance, right, you will have to manually log in and check. If you give a Java space hyphen version, so you'll be able to see like a message like Java is not installed, but you can install with following commands. There will be versions. I have used one of the versions in those commands. Okay, and if you see, this is the these are the commands to install the Jenkins. Okay, so if you can if you guys can, I have already put up a video where it says like how to install Jenkins in an EC2 Ubuntu instance, but that is manual. But this is going to be an automated thing. I have used the same commands there. Okay, so these two commands are required. These two lines of commands are required to install the Jenkins package. If you see, this downloads the Jenkins package. Okay, it adds a key, and then it's adding the resources to the list. If you see, these two commands are required for the Jenkins. Two lines of commands are required for the Jenkins installations. Okay, so once that is done, again I'm going to update it. So since we have downloaded this package, it will update the repositories in the Ubuntu, and then when you give the install command to Jenkins, it will get installed. So I have given this my -y because like it will ask you for a approval when you issue these commands. Okay, in manual. So but like we are going to do it in automated way. We are not going to manually go and type yes. Okay, so in that, because of that issue, I have given -y. So that is a standard command. Okay, so you can bypass that approval. Then post switch, once Jenkins is, and post switch I am starting the Jenkins. This is the command for it, and these are nothing but tags. I'm just naming it as auto Jenkins. The EC2 instance will be named as auto Jenkins. Okay, and the LOB value I will be showing you now. So the other thing I have done is variables.tf file. Okay, so region, instance type, AMI ID, LOB underscore dev, all these things I have declared. I have also given the default values. I have used the US East1 and T2 micro as the instance type because it is free tier. Okay, and if you see variable, this is the AMI ID which belongs to specifically this US East1 region for the Ubuntu AMD OS, so AMD architecture. Okay, and I believe this AMI ID varies for each region. So you should be if you give the wrong AMI ID, it will not be working for you. So for US system, this one will work out good for the Ubuntu OS for the AMD 64. Okay, and variable type I just given it as the LOB dev, variable LOB underscore dev is just given as Jenkins -dev. So in the output file, so now in the output file I have given, I need the public IP, right? So once the instance is launched, I want to access the Jenkins, right? So that once the instance is launched, obviously you can go into the AWS console and select the instance and get the public IP from there. But I do not want to go inside and do all those things. So by using the output command, I'll be getting the public IP in the terminal itself, terminal window itself, so that like I'll be able to launch the instance directly, the Jenkins directly, without going into the AWS console. Alright. So I already ran Terraform Plan once, so I'll be running it again. Okay. Okay. So it is giving you the details. So it's plan 2 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. Right. So it is going to add 2 resources. That's what it says. Okay. Go to the top. So plus means create, right? Tilt symbol means modify. Minus slash plus means it is going to destroy and recreate it. In this case, everything is new, so it is showing you only the green plus symbols. Alright. So if you see what it is going to create, it is going to create this resource, which is an AWS underscore instance, right? So it is giving you what are the details it is going to use for this particular instance. Okay. Alright, volume, everything. Okay. And the other resource which it is going to create is AWS security group, right? I mean, like, we are creating a security group specifically for this purpose, right? So this security group. Alright, so the security group rules, everything has been mentioned here from port to port. Alright, so that is what it says. 2 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. So run the plan now. So I'm going to run the Terraform apply command. Alright, so Terraform apply -auto -approve. Okay, given the Terraform apply command. So it is creating the security group. So I have, okay, let it get created. If you see, I have given the Terraform apply command, so it is creating the resources one by one. Alright, so we'll wait until the resource gets created and we get the output of the public IP. Okay, if you see, 2 resources added and it has given you the public IP of the instance. Alright, so now we'll go to the browser. So we got the Jenkins launched. So that's it. I mean, these are things, I mean, initial things which you can refer my another video where I have shown you like how to configure the initial Jenkins password. I mean, for the initial password, you can log into the SSH and get the password from this file and paste it here. You will log into the Jenkins console. Okay. Alright. Thank you. Please do subscribe the channel. For any videos, please do put in the comments so that I can make a video for you. Thank you.